Hey, welcome. Today we're in our new location in Lexington, Kentucky, just off of Enterprise Circle. And so we're having our grand opening. We've got a brand new branch here. We've got a ton of vendors out today giving away lunch for those that can make it by. But we're going to give you kind of a tour of the building here in a little bit, show you what it looks like. We've got vendors here that are going to talk about a lot of new and exciting products that we're bringing to you as well. So stick with us. Okay, we're here live at our Lexington grand opening. We've got Jim and Maddie from Residio with their Honeywell products here. So they're going to kind of walk us through what they've brought, tell us about all the features and some of the highlights of the things that they're offering today. So Jim, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks.
Maddie, you as well.
Thanks for having us out. This is a magnificent facility. Great to be a part of today. Maddie and I are here today just to talk about some of the new stuff. Maddie, one of the things I want you to share about is the Pro app, and if they scan this and download it, what are some of the advantages that we have with the Pro app?
So the Pro app is basically a tool for the contractor. So if you're out on a job site and you need quick install guides, setup wizards, you can even log your customers in here to say, hey, I was over at a job last week. What did I install? They can keep all of those notes in their phone. It also links you to our parts finder, which is our universal parts cross-reference, as well as our Residio Academy. So you'll have all of the learning right on your phone.
Yeah. Thanks, Maddie. It's exciting times here at Residio in the connected world. Whether it be from life safety today, we recently bought First Alert, where we're doing carbon and smoke detectors for you today, along with the smoke detectors. Whether we go back to our conventional with our thermostats, and what we can do with a wireless technology through RedLink kit that is solid out there today for you. If you're ever around and you're having an issue where you're doing dual fuel and you don't have enough wires, this is the most underrated product that we have. It's called an equipment remote module. It makes your outdoor unit wireless, and that will work with our 8000 thermostat. So if you ever have any needs, see the guys at the counter, feel free to give myself or Maddie a call and we can help you figure out how to apply that. Also, our T10, that's our flagship. It is the easiest thermostat that you will ever put on the wall. Connect to Wi-Fi and connect to app. I'll guarantee you that. I made that statement to about 3,000 contractors to date and said, hey, if you can find me one that's easier to connect and set up, I'll buy you a steak dinner. And not today yet have I given one of those out. So I'm looking forward to that day. But guys love that thermostat based on those features within it. Today we can do just about whatever you want as well by adding our equipment interface module. We can do 4 heat, 2 cool with that guy, and we can create all kinds of cool custom alerts. And then our latest product is our L2, right? We win with this every day. It is a connected wet switch. So now when you have a leak, it's going to pick up the water that is around in that secondary drain pan and send you a notification through that. So running a special, I think last month on that, it may have carried over this month, but go to our website, a whole lot more information there, or go to Johnstone's and check out. We'll have some videos up there talking a little more about that. And then we rolled this product out last year. If you live indoors, you've had water damage, right? And so this valve will actually be able to control from the app and shut the water down in your house. And it also works with our leak detectors. If we detect a leak, it'll shut the water down. So quick overview of what we got here. Appreciate you having us in. Look forward to good things to come.
Awesome, thank you. So we have a Bosch application video series we're putting out here in a couple weeks. We have the T10 kit on there along with the interface. There's a lot that this can do, correct?
It's amazing too, the aspect of how deep we can go, but how simple we can make it with this product for sure. With a Bosch, the way that we control that and do the algorithm around the temperature, we have some settings in there that really features how the Bosch works, and we can utilize that longer run time to control and get you that even temperature while providing providing you a great energy saving. So just in the setup alone, we can make that a lot easier for you to control the equipment, get that efficiency, get that comfort that we're looking for out of it. While we're also there, right, when we tie this into our equipment interface module, we get a lot of cool features. So it comes with a probe for the supply and the return, and when we put those in, both of those, and wire it in, now we're going to see in the test mode what the supply air temperature is, what the return air temperature is, and the delta T. So now we'll know that it's working without ever taking a tool out of our pocket, right? Just by putting that thermostat in the test mode. We can do some other cool features with it. If it were to happen to get too cold, we can actually say, hey, let's force the heat on even if it's in the off mode, right? That's freeze protection is what we like to call that. We can also say, hey, if there was another problem in the cooling side and the coil were to start to freeze up, we can flash an alert to the homeowner and say, hey, we got a problem here, and we're going to shut the equipment down before it turns into big block of ice.
Gotcha. Yeah, now the app, really easy to use. I'm enjoying that. It also shows the compressor runtime, so you can kind of see your ups and downs and, you know, what your power bill is going to look like. But also these extra sensors, so you got an outdoor one and then some indoor ones that you can put upstairs as well. And it's, can you kind of explain on the app how you can set almost like the median, I guess you would, the balance if it's two levels?
Yeah, so with these sensors, we're winning big because people want comfort where they're at, right? Like today I have one that is sitting right next to where my wife likes to sit and read, and she can now.
Well, that's important.
Oh yes, right? Happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
Is how that works for me. But with the app or from the thermostat, we can say, hey, we want to control the temperature not from where the thermostat is at, right? Nobody really cares what the temperature is in the hallway where our thermostat is, right? So we can put that thermostat in the kitchen, we can put it in the bedrooms, but now from the app we can say, hey, I want to sense the temperature at just this location, or we can choose up to multiples of 20 locations, and what we do is we take all of those temperatures from those locations, put them together, add them up, and then divide by the number that's in there, and so we average that temperature out. We can actually help you to get a more comfortable, even temperature space across there.
So you're saying that this is capable of taking up to 20 of these?
Yes.
And that's through the interface, is that right, or through the thermostat?
So just with the thermostat, if you need just the thermostat by itself, when we go to add those additional controls, we don't have enough wires upstairs, that's when we add this module to make it only 2 wires to the thermostat. Let me take you back to one thing with the sensor. What I like to talk to contractors about is, hey, if you go to somebody's house and you fix something, before you leave, and if you notice they've got one system and 2 floors, right? We typically understand that it gets warmer upstairs when they go to bed at night and they close that door. Now we have a solution to that because we can say, hey, I have a thermostat that'll allow you to average that temperature out by putting a sensor up there. And we can allow you to control that from the app. We can allow you to schedule that to sense automatically at that time. And 3 times out of 10, you're going to get to offer, when you offer that to the homeowner, they're going to buy that thermostat from you, has been my experience when contractors are asking that.
Gotcha.
So we win there and we win big. We also have an outdoor sensor now that works with the T10 Plus. Right? We need that outdoor temperature sensor to control our heat pump better. Sometimes in a dual fuel application, we have to have that. And if we don't have enough wires outside, now we can add this outdoor sensor and it'll talk over RedLink wirelessly to our thermostat. So,
Yeah, now if they're connecting these, we got to keep these out of the sun, right? That's what I was told.
The big thing is you know, like, don't mount it to the equipment, right? It's a radio. It's operating on a 900 megahertz channel, and when you put it on there, that can confuse it every now and then by that vibration. So we want to mount that, you know, underneath an eave or somewhere it's not going to get direct sunlight, but also not on it. The other big key with that thing is that it takes lithium batteries. So when it gets below 32 degrees outside, if you put alkaline batteries in it, it'll work for about an hour, and then you're going to be back out changing it out, right? So one thing that if you put one of these in, Mr. Homeowner, we put this great thermostat in. It's got a wireless device that tells us the outdoor temperature. It helped us not have to cut drywall and run wires. But when it dies, it's going to give you a notification at 15, 10, and 5% before it dies. Make sure you put lithium batteries in it, or it'll fail once it gets colder out. That's the conversation that we need to have with a homeowner, because this is a great product, but it also, not knowing that, may think that you have some issues as well.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, thanks for coming out today. Appreciate it. Thanks for kind of getting us up to speed on what's new.
Hey, appreciate the opportunity. Like I said, great facility here. Looking forward to being a part. Come out and see us when we get in front of you and do some deeper dive trainings as well.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot. All right, so we're still here at the Lexington event. We've got Marco from New Calgon here. Welcome. Appreciate you coming out today. So we've been doing a ton of messaging on the RX-11, but you've got a whole spread of products here with you today. So what else would you like to highlight?
Well, we dabble in a bunch of different things to help contractors out. We go from IAQ products all the way to coil cleaning products and anything in between with sealants and anything. So let's just go through it real quick.
Sure.
We got the iWave. I don't know if you're aware of the iWave.
Yeah.
It's a bipolar ionization system that helps in the house to like eliminate germs and clean the air, all the dust particles that are floating up.
Yeah, it's kind of helping out your filter, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then coming with the IAQ products, we have drain treatments, like where you can put them in the pantry.
Okay.
Where the, and this is more PMs. We have ice machine cleaners, which is OEM approved. We also have Thermotrap, which is if you're welding or soldering in an area, you want to spray the area to not get anything else damaged where you're working. We have our leak sealants, which are one of the strongest on the market. They go up to 127 microns. We have two different versions. We have the one with that and the one with the dye. You just keep on going down the line.
Sure.
So, and then we're known for our coil cleaners. We have a large variety of coil cleaners. There's different applications from restaurants to grease to outside conwood, getting on there. So you have to know what the right application is, and microchannels are getting really big these days, so you don't want to use an aggressive product on it anymore. You want to use a more detergent product.
Okay.
So, and we have charts out in all our showrooms, so in all your showrooms, explaining what the different application is.
Looks good.
So, you got any questions?
No. What do you have here? So you got some samples. Looks like these are these the same wipes here that you have?
These are our dragon towels.
Okay.
These are just very sturdy. We came out with these a couple years ago. They're very sturdy shop towels. You can clean up any messes. And then these are our wet wipes.
Oh, okay.
And they're smooth on one side, and then they're good for if you have like really like black iron or anything. Okay. Pretty simple. Smells good too.
Well, it looks like you got a handful of things today. We appreciate you coming out and highlighting.
Thanks for having us. I'm looking forward to it. If you guys need any more questions, you can reach out to us. Thanks.
That's how we do it. All right, we're here with Jacob Robinson. He's brought out all of his stuff from both Klein and Field Piece. Jacob, welcome.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming out today. It's a big day for us. We're excited. So you got a lot of fun looking tools here. Can you kind of walk us through some of the highlights? And then obviously we're really interested in these mod boxes.
Absolutely.
It's kind of the latest, greatest thing, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the ultimate struggle in HVAC is getting everything you need need to the job site from the van, and even sometimes into the van. So keeping it organized, I think the mod box is the next step in that evolution. And what's great is it's completely customizable, and there's no one set way to do it.
Okay.
Your contractors that are doing install or service, commercial, residential, they can tweak it to whatever fits it to them best. So one of the issues, and where a lot of this started, was with tool bags. You would have them be either, you know, small or large, and it's kind of a give and take, where a larger tool bag can become too heavy to carry, whereas a lighter one isn't going to be able to hold up in it.
Yeah, it won't hold everything.
Exactly. So you can easily put 250 pounds of tools, parts, keep it all organized, and just roll it in and roll it out, and it's, you know, no pressure whatsoever. So what's, you know, nice is you can have several different containments, several different attachments, and it's truly as customizable as you want it to be. Klein has another 18 months worth of different attachments and new products going to come out with it. So this is something that Klein doesn't plan on, you know, not building around for the future. It'll be something that's continually evolving and adapting. As long as, you know, HVAC is a part of the industry. So the probably my favorite part is on this top attachment. You'll see that when you are looking at it, you have complete visibility into the top of it. So that'll allow you to keep everything from access fittings, PVC fittings, refrigerant locking caps, all in a specific place. And then your tools and larger attachments can all go in the different boxes. So it's, I think it's a future part of every HVAC truck. And I really see the largest potential being where you have a warehouse manager that knows what he needs for an install, and I can imagine this being completely ready to go with everything you need for an install. 6 a.m. contractor shows up, wheels this up onto his van, puts a bungee cord on to keep it in the place that he wants it, and then rolls it out to the job and takes it back, and just being able to track all the inventory, keep all your tools in place, and just making a seamless, efficient, just routine. So I think this is a big part of the HVAC's like future.
Now, does this top piece come off? It looks like it does.
It does. It does. Each one of these can just pop in and off. And we even have you know, different tool bags, like backpacks, that you can pop on top of it. And each part of it will have just a little seamless like clip where you can go in and it just pops on and pops off like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So exactly, it's all completely adaptable. If you wanted to like put it in a different order, you could, or if you wanted it to be shorter and use like smaller boxes, because you're kind of like a backpack guy and you wanted to like pop your backpack on here, have it clip on, you could do that too. So yeah, it makes it easy. And then even with stuff like the new kits that we've got coming out from Klein, this is a perfect example. So you'll have parts that work for power tools and screws and drills. These will be mod box accessories to where you can pop these into place. So instead of having to track, you know, 64 bits, 84 bits that can work on hand tools and power tools, you can put them right on the spot where you have them for your mod box, and it keeps it all organized. So you'll continue to see kits where the tools can just stay with your mod box, because no one's going to be perfectly organized at the end of a job when it's 95 degrees and you're doing it. But if you've got a rough idea of where everything's going, it lets you keep it in place. So it's just going to continue to evolve. And it's nice too, because so this will be a magnet that'll hold your tools. You know, the back railing's completely metal. You can just pop it on there. So it's about using every, you know, inch of space that you have in the most efficient way possible for an individual contractor.
And I can almost see this in a shop scenario, eliminating all the cabinets, putting your power tools at the bottom, and just moving this around. So
exactly. And that's actually like a kind of a great transition to the second part of like Klein's evolution, is that more and more of the tools are going to be able to have the bits that can go from power tools into the hand tools. Because with HVAC, you're seeing more equipment become easier to use with power tools, and the price is coming down to parity. So being able to flip back and forth between using power tools and hand tools and having the same bits fitted for both of them just makes it easier. So yeah, I think all of it's just, you know, coming together and staying organized. Absolutely.
Awesome. What else do you have here today?
So the other thing we've been talking to contractors about is everything that Fieldpiece has is completely A2L certified. So if it touches refrigerant, it's going to have the A2L check of approval on it. And I think that's going to be the kind of the big battle, is making sure everybody understands that 410A is going to look different. It's going to be 454B and R32.
Yeah, yeah.
And Johnson, I think you guys already have some equipment that has 32 in it, and guys just being prepared to understand that is the biggest battle. So there's certain tools like with the leak detectors, recovery units, where they're just bathed in refrigerant. So making sure that you have the version of it that's best able to handle that is imperative. And the other thing is being able to keep stuff separate is what we were kind of talking about. The reason organization is going to be so important is it's no longer just having stuff you need for 410A. You'll need to have parts for 410A and 454B and 32.
Yeah.
So staying organized is more imperative. So probably the best example is with the probe kits, you're able to get all the readings that you would from an analog or a digital gauge, but this will go straight back to your phone, and it's an inexpensive way to kind of start off with a kit specifically for like your new A2L refrigerant. So I think this is going to become a kind of common practice. You get your left-handed thread adapter, you get your kit, and that's just kind of what you set aside and use for the new A2L refrigerant. So I think
those are color banded, it looks like.
Absolutely.
So that then you can keep them easily separated, but you also don't even have to go back and then flush your lines or carry different ones. So
yeah, exactly. Keeping I think just keeping stuff separate and organized is going to be the best way to do it, because that way you're not mixing contamination and like risking that, or constantly having to purge, or even having your larger hoses having new and old refrigerants kind of seep into them and mix. So being able to go completely separate's I think the best way to do it. So
awesome. Well, it looks like you got quite the spread here today.
Yeah, I know. We go over everything. I'm lucky to work for TJF and have the fun lines, and it's always great to come out and do stuff with like the Grimmy group. It doesn't matter what state, it's always a turnout, staying busy and talking about the new stuff in HVAC.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out today. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.